like such an important part of your family that's not there.
Yeah.
Given that you all give so much.
Yeah. It's like that part. We obviously want to respect whoever doesn't want to be on, you know? It's like all of us don't have to have the same dreams, you know, and goals. And so he changed.
For years, the Kardashians kept their biggest secret locked away. Now, Rob is suddenly back on camera, and it's not a coincidence. His return isn't a family reunion. It's a carefully planned mission to stop the truth from getting out. The Kardashian empire, a global phenomenon built on the idea of an open book family. We've watched them navigate fame, fortune, heartbreak, and scandal for over a decade. But there's always been one chapter that felt intentionally torn out. One family member who became a ghost in their own reality show. For years, Rob Kardashian has been the great Kardashian mystery, the prodigal son who vanished from the spotlight. Now suddenly he's back. And while the family is spinning a tale of healing and a triumphant return, the real reasons behind his reemergence are proving to be far more complex and calculating than anyone could have imagined. The story they're selling is one of brotherly love and a personal journey back to the light. But whispers from deep within the Calabasas inner circle suggest a much darker, more dramatic truth. What if his return wasn't a choice, but a command? And what if the real reason he's stepping back in front of the cameras is tied to a ticking time bomb of a secret the family is absolutely desperate to conceal? For years, the official narrative fed to the public has been simple and sympathetic. Rob, overwhelmed by the pressures of fame and struggling with his physical and mental health, simply wanted a quieter life. Kim Kardashian herself recently doubled down on this story, claiming her brother is now in a good headspace and just wants to chill a little bit, making cameos when he feels up to it. It's a neat and tidy explanation, painting a picture of a loving family supporting a sensitive soul. But sources close to the Kardashian machine have long hinted at a different reality. It's been suggested that Rob's retreat wasn't just a personal choice to escape the relentless glare of the public eye. It was a carefully managed strategic decision. His struggles, his anxieties, and his increasingly erratic behavior were becoming a liability to the meticulously crafted Kardashian brand. While his sisters were building billion-dollar empires on an image of flawless perfection, Rob was the inconvenient truth, a reminder of the darker side of fame. His disappearance, it's been rumored, was less about his well-being and more about brand protection, a move orchestrated to remove a problematic variable from their success equation. To understand Rob's vanishing act, you have to revisit the single most chaotic chapter of his life, the explosive relationship with Blac Chyna. Their romance was a whirlwind, playing out in real time on social media for a captivated public. It was a marketer's dream, a dramatic storyline that wrote itself, leading to a quickly announced engagement, a reality show spin-off, and the birth of their daughter, Dream. But behind the curated Instagram posts and dramatic reality TV scenes, a toxic storm was brewing. The end of their relationship wasn't just a breakup. It was an implosion of epic proportions. Shocking accusations flew from both sides, legal battles ensued, and intimate photos were blasted across the internet. The Rob and Chyna show was abruptly canceled, and almost in perfect sync, Rob Kardashian disappeared from public life. While the family publicly rallied around him, it's been widely speculated that the sheer scale of the scandal became a 5-alarm fire for Kris Jenner. The drama was no longer entertaining. It was damaging. Rumors suggest that Kris, the master strategist, orchestrated Rob's complete withdrawal from the spotlight to mitigate the fallout and prevent any more details of his volatile life from further tarnishing the family's carefully polished image. His retreat wasn't just him hiding, it was the family cleaning house. Was Rob simply stepping away, or was he being subtly pushed out? For years, it's been whispered that he felt like an outsider in his own family. The Kardashian brand became synonymous with a very specific, hyper-glamorous aesthetic. His sisters transformed themselves into global icons of fashion and beauty, building empires on impossible standards. Rob, meanwhile, was openly struggling. His battle with his weight, his diabetes diagnosis, and his social anxiety made him the odd one out. He didn't fit the mold. While his family offered words of support in front of the cameras, sources have claimed that behind the scenes, the pressure to conform, to get back in shape, to be a Kardashian was immense and suffocating. His struggles were an inconvenient narrative thread in their story of effortless success. His decision to step away might have been less of a proactive choice for his own mental health and more of a defeated surrender to the crushing realization that he could never live up to the brand his own family had created. He wasn't just escaping the public. It's been said he was escaping the pressure of his own last name. So, after all these years in self-imposed exile, why the sudden return? The timing is incredibly curious. His brief appearance on the new season of The Kardashians was framed as a wholesome family moment, a nostalgic goodbye to Kris Jenner's old home. But critics and fans alike are speculating that there is a much more strategic play at work. In recent seasons, the family's Hulu show has faced mounting criticism for feeling overly produced, sterile, and lacking the raw, unscripted drama that made Keeping Up with the Kardashians a cultural phenomenon. Could Rob's return be a calculated injection of exactly what the show is missing? He's a known quantity, yet a complete mystery. His presence immediately sparks questions and intrigue. It's been suggested that this isn't a full-fledged comeback, but a carefully orchestrated trial run. The family, and more specifically the show's producers, are likely gauging public reaction, testing the waters to see if Rob can handle the pressure, and, more importantly, if his story can generate the buzz and ratings they desperately need. He could be their secret weapon to make the show feel real again. But perhaps there's a more personal and even noble reason for his reemergence. As his daughter Dream grows older, she is becoming an increasingly prominent figure in the Kardashian universe. She frequently appears on her aunt's social media feeds and makes cameos on the reality show. It's entirely possible that Rob's return is a proactive move to control his own narrative as a father. By stepping back in front of the camera, even for a moment, he reclaims a piece of the story. He gets to be seen as an active, present father, rather than allowing his role to be defined and dictated by his sisters and the show's editors. This could be a protective father's power play, an attempt to ensure that when his daughter looks back on this time, she sees her dad, not just his absence. It's a way for him to anchor his own identity in the public depiction of his daughter's life. A life that is, for better or worse, being documented for the world to see. Of course, in the world of the Kardashians, you can never discount the financial angle. While the family's net worth is astronomical, their empire is a machine that requires constant fuel in the form of new content and fresh storylines. Rob's own business ventures, like his sock line Arthur George, have reportedly seen their share of struggles and haven't reached the stratospheric success of his sister's brands. It's been rumored for years that his personal finances might not be as robust or secure as the public assumes. A return to the family's flagship show, even in a limited capacity, comes with a very significant paycheck. Could his reappearance be motivated by a simple, practical need for financial stability? It's a less dramatic explanation, but within this family, business and personal life are perpetually intertwined. His return might not be about healing or strategy, but about something much more fundamental: securing the bag and getting back on the lucrative family payroll. The most explosive theory, however, is one that has been circulating in the darkest corners of the internet for years. A rumor that, if true, would reframe this entire situation. Some online sleuths and insiders have speculated that Rob's long silence and now his tentative return are directly linked to a rock-solid, non-disclosure agreement that was signed in the aftermath of his catastrophic split with Blac Chyna. This unverified claim suggests that the most damaging details of their relationship, and perhaps other sensitive family secrets, were legally buried for a specific number of years. If that NDA is nearing its expiration date, Rob's reemergence would be a brilliant preemptive strike. By bringing him back into the fold and presenting a happy, united family front, they can get ahead of any potential bombshells that might be coming. It's a classic PR move: control the narrative before someone else does. This would mean his return has nothing to do with personal growth and everything to do with high-stakes damage control. In the end, we are left with a puzzle. We see a man who has clearly been on a long and painful journey, much of it hidden away from the world that built him. His family insists he is healing, that he is in a better place and is ready to tentatively step back into the spotlight on his own terms. But the shadows of his chaotic past are long, and the relentless machinery of his family's fame is an unforgiving beast. Is Rob Kardashian truly back? A man who has found peace and is ready to reclaim his story? Or is he once again just a character in their script? A pawn being moved back onto the board in a much larger game of ratings, branding, and public perception. The truth may be far more complicated than a simple comeback. We may not be witnessing a man's return, but rather the latest, most sophisticated illusion from the world's most famous house of mirrors.